And welcome everybody to the Ramblecast, starring Jack, Matt, Nick, and sometimes Chris. He may be along, he may not be. You never know. That's the whole mystery of the Ramblecast.
Wow, that was your best song ever.
Liked it. It was improv. It had a little bit of Scooby-Dooby-Doo in it. It's good.
I used to be able to do Scooby, and then I started doing Yoda, and now every time I try to do Scooby again, I get into Yoda, and I'm like, and I'm like, quit doing Yoda.
They're the same. They're the same person.
Yeah, I mean, but they're just a little bit different.
When Scooby pulls off his mask,
it's Frank Oz. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes.
I mean, Miss Piggy is Frank Oz, and I think isn't Gonzo Frank Oz as well? Because sometimes I hear like Gonzo. I think
I'm saying Scooby and Yoda are real. They're not cartoons.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Don't be fucking with my theory. They're real people.
Fucking with my theory. Fucking.
I was going to say, usually it says waiting for Jack in the chat.
Oh, that's true.
I took a long nap, so I'm ready
to party.
Because my grandson, they brought him over today. He's sick. He's got some kind of viral infection.
Oh, good. So they dropped him with you.
Yeah. So I have my daughter. I have my granddaughter and grandson every day. So he likes waffles. So I made him waffles in the morning, and of course, up it came. My wife can't stand when things like when throw up. So she runs for the hills, and I go. So I got him and picking him up. It's different stuff. But he's had diarrhea for 2 days.
These are signs of COVID, by the way.
Yeah, he took a COVID test.
Oh, okay.
Which is because his other grandmother, her mom's in the hospital, I think dying.
Oh no!
And she has COVID, so no one can go see her.
Oh no!
I mean, she wasn't in the hospital for that, but she got COVID when she was. I don't know the whole story because he had his birthday this week. Anyway. So he's got diarrhea, and if you've ever changed a baby's diaper with diarrhea, it's fun because you're changing the diapers all day long. He walks by me after I change like the third diaper, and he goes, I go, well, that's a wet one.
Can't you just like put him in the tub and leave him there for a while?
You can, but we're down. My wife said that because he's kind of, when you've had diarrhea for a while, what happens? It's like acid coming out of your butt. Yeah. So I'm trying to wipe him, and he's screaming. I go, I know, buddy. I know. Putting the cream in there, saying, okay, you better.
We've all learned the song when we were kids. So
what song is that?
The diarrhea song.
Cha-cha-cha.
Oh, I was thinking of the baseball one.
Oh, so, yeah.
We don't need to sing it. It's
okay. No, I don't know what song you're talking about.
The one about like sliding into first and you.
Oh yeah, think you're gonna burst diarrhea? Cha cha cha. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Cha-cha-cha.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, cha cha cha. I never heard the cha cha cha. That must be a regional thing.
Okay, I got that.
Yeah, that's the way it was. If you're sliding into first and you think you're gonna burst diarrhea. Cha-cha-cha.
Diarrhea. Now I know the song. Yeah, because I used to.
So what was second base?
Diarrhea.
I don't mean it just popped in my brain when Matt started to sing it. So
wasn't that like?
Sliding into second and you feel something bending.
Grabbing a body part.
And you slide into third and you feel a big juicy turd.
That's the one that
third's turd. Yeah, I always remember
sliding into home and you feeling something foam.
Oh, the foam is so gross. But what is
it's disgusting.
What is second?
Oh, Chris would know this because I'm talking about.
I feel like this is right up Randy's alley too. So you should
get Chris up to speed. My grandson's sick and he has diarrhea, so I changed like 1,000 diapers a day. Yikes. And he went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." No, he said, sorry, I can't say that without thinking that. She said, don't give him anything to stop you don't want to stop it because you want the virus to come out. I go,
you grab it by the throat.
I go, well, so he's supposed to be in pain when he poops because, that's what happens eventually when you keep pooping. Anyway, it's
better than not pooping.
This has been a great start to the show.
Exactly.
First 5 minutes.
Everyone loves talking about bowel movements.
It's been a shitty start, but I figured I could save it to the end. But no, I wanted to get it.
Start out.
I wanted to get it right out there. I had 2 things to talk about. That was one of them. So,
You literally had a toot thing to talk about.
Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about what we started to talk about, like just shit in the house, as in not literal shit, but just junk, And my mom and dad will be out Monday, and
Nice.
for the last month they've been sending me photos and texting and all, because I'm sure I've told you guys at some point. Basically, I'm the last of my entire family on both my mother's and father's side. And so we have a whole building that's just full of shit. And I don't want any of it. I've never wanted any of it because it's old, tacky shit, and it's like, just get rid of it. I've yelled at them so many times, like, just get rid of it. Put it to a consignment shop. It's just a bunch of old junk,
Would
and
American Pickers be interested in something like that?
but it's not worth anything. Like it's pennies back in the 50s and paid like $20 for that I cut out.
Yeah.
Is there any internet
table.
in that fucking pile of shit? Or
No, yeah.
That was my thought. That was good.
Damn. Anyway,
I
so
love you, man, but your internet sucks.
it does, and I wonder if it's because it works fine in the daytime, and when I'm just talking with somebody or multiple people, but like it's the fact that there's 3 video streams
how do you
that
do
I'm
your
downloading as well as uploading at the same time my video stream. So I wonder if it's just it can't handle that. But anyway, go ahead. But anyway, so like I've taken pictures of the house to show mom and dad, and like they'll send me stuff that's just it's all dinged up and from just years and years of use, and like some of it does like I was like oh, you need a bedside stand, right? Like a table. They send me basically a mini dresser drawer, and I have a very low profile bed, so the dresser would be like up here when I'm laying down. I'm like, why the fuck would I want that? Why would I want that?
Because you're the last.
I'm the last. Yeah.
Wow.
Is there like sentimental value applied to it? Like,
I
is
don't
it like
think
in the
so.
family?
I don't think so. Like, I mean, but it's mostly and it's like I just want shit to match, and don't look like you when you walk through my house, you're walking through an antique store, And I've told them like many times they'll send me a picture, and I'm like, no, I don't want it. No, I don't want it. That could probably work. No, I don't want it. No, I don't want it. And
you sound ungrateful, to be honest with you.
I know I don't need to, but it's just
baby in the last of my family. Give me
Get all this free shit. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't buy stuff.
I have my own stuff. I want.
But my mom, I think my mom thinks of this as like her, like, oh, I get to play like what do you want to call it, like house designer or whatever, and she's like everything I've said no to, she's bringing it up anyway, and like I'm like I don't want that. Like, what about this? Nick's lighting also comes from his internet. It does. It really does, Randy. So this room does not have any natural lights in it, so I just got like an old little shitty lamp here next to me. But I'll get some lamps.
The old Nick coming to you with an old candle.
I'm the Nickricon. The Nickricon might have to be the episode.
So that guy was great. Like the guy that built the house or he bought the house from was a genius when everything else except for that room.
I don't get it either. Like this is his office, and maybe he was only in here in the daytime. Because the thing about this house, it has a shit ton of natural light in it. Like there's a skylight in every room. There's tons of windows, but there's just not many actual lights in the house. And so until I actually buy some lamps,
Maybe
it's just
maybe
kind of
he's
dark.
allergic. Maybe he's allergic to light.
Maybe we're vampires up here in Colorado.
Did you find a plastic bubble anywhere that maybe he lived in?
No.
Okay.
Nick's just such a conspiratorialist. He's
What-
like, if I turn
one
off
of my
all the lights, my internet will work better.
One of my favorite things that happens on this podcast, I do it frequently. Nick just did it. Matt does it frequently as well. Is that when Jack tries to land a real shitty joke, we just fucking shut down. Like, no,
Hey, I was being serious. We don't know this guy, right?
no, Jack. Moving on. Fucking build a bridge and get the fuck over it. No.
Build the bridge and get the fuck over it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just.
But
be quiet.
it's just funny, and like my closets. I don't know why she wants to bring me this small dresser drawer, and she's like, you can put it in the closet. I was like, why would I put a dresser? Why would I put
Is
drawers
this a dresser
in
for ants?
Yeah, and it's just things I'm just arguing with her over with. And it's just-
Ross's grandmother from Friends had a dresser in the closet.
yeah, and that's where she wants to be. I was like, my dressers are not made like that. They have the bars on the lower.
That
and
wasn't
on
a
the
joke.
upper.
I'm being serious. And that's good.
No, I'm just still laughing about the Zoolander reference.
Thank you. So Nick, what you do is that how long is they're coming out for?
The ants.
Probably a minimum of 2 weeks, because they're gonna help me, and buy some furniture.
After
and
2 weeks, you just fucking move it all away.
Well, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Like, it's just like, you can put that wherever you want. Just so you know, as soon as you leave, I'm taking an axe to it and I'm burning it in the backyard.
So were they
Yeah.
renting like
Carpet.
a U-Haul or something, or a truck?
A small one, yeah. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, they're driving.
That's my dad always drives. But that's the thing I kept saying. Don't bring shit out here on this trip.
No.
All other essentials. I was like, just come out here, see the layout of the house, and that way you can go, oh, something I have will fit perfectly there, and then on the next trip you can bring it out, after you've run it by me. But it's just frustrating. But we'll see. And then I got my washer and dryer in on Friday, and I couldn't get any water to go into the washing machine. I was like, what the fuck? Oh shit! Did I break up again?
It's like watching.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, you're
okay. Oh yeah, and I kept trying to call the previous owner because he's like, yeah, he's a cool guy. I was like, yeah, call me anytime you have any problems, and he hasn't been answering. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so this morning I get up.
You lied to you.
Yeah, I go to Best Buy and I tell him like,
sign the contract, bitch.
Yeah, I got your money. I'm out. So
there.
He's like, I never actually even fucking lived there. I didn't design shit. I won that at poker games.
That was real funny, Chris.
So I go to Best Buy to tell them that the washing machine, the mechanics work. There's just no water coming in, and they're like, oh, okay, we'll just reorder you another one, and we'll have it out there in a day or so. And I was like, okay. And then as soon as I get back home, I send the guy one more text to see. He immediately responds back. He's like, oh, I've been in Spain. Like, I haven't seen your phone calls.
On your money.
Yeah, on your money. Yeah, I'm out here vacationing. I'm out by the pool. Yeah, and then he's like, oh, yeah, you just got to flick this little lever, on the machine, and then the water over. I'm like, oh, you could have told me that.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, anyway, so.
Flick the little lever and the water runs. Okay.
Hey-o.
Can I say this, and it's not a joke? I don't want to get insulted later on. But Nick finally gets a chance for him to speak without us interrupting him, but his internet doesn't work.
Yeah, for real.
At some point, it sounded like you said shower ring, and I was like, "What?"
I mean, you're going, and we're listening, and we want to know, and then it's like. So anyway,
yeah. Well, my boss knows the project manager for the city of Loveland's fiber optic plan, so he's trying to. See when they're going to service my neighborhood, at least get me a time schedule of when they're going to get here. Because I think the reason why they haven't, because they've done all the surrounding neighborhoods except mine. And I think the reason why is one, it's on rock, this whole neighborhood, instead of ground like the rest of it is. And so they don't want to put the fiber in the ground here. So what they'll probably have to do is work it out with the electricity company and put the fiber optic on the poles. And so that will require some shared usage and more money. So they're probably like, we'll save that one for last.
How many houses are in that area?
I'd say at least 30 to 40.
So it's really it's not really worth it for them to do it, right?
Well, the project is to do the entire city by the end of 2022. So eventually,
it's a citywide project.
It's a citywide project. Yeah.
The end of 2022.
Yeah.
Can we get like a different person?
They started. They
2022.
Oh, they started
next week.
The
There's open auditions for the fourth place on the RCAD. So
they start.
You see, I go out to town council. Be like, hey, so I got these Patreon members that are paid good money to hear my tones. I need you to upgrade my internet. And here's a list, and you give them a list of that Matt creates. And they're gonna laugh at you because like, what the fuck kind of list is that?
Because they're so funny.
Because they're all Matt's nicknames.
And it's all actually not. It's actually all drawings. So it's not as much a list as it is like it's just drawings.
This is drawing.
Matt's like, ooh.
No, I was like, oh yeah, I should continue to draw.
Not gonna have any internet anytime soon. What else was I gonna say?
So it's nothing like I think we talked about this before. You can't get boosters or anything. Those little things. I have one in my hallway that just because this room I'm in is a dead spot. I mean, it's like a dead spot in the house.
Well, I don't think it really
also have
boosts
dead
the internet.
people
It
in
just
the house.
extends the signal from your source to that room, but it's still
Right,
not
sure,
gonna.
yeah.
It's not gonna boost the actual speed of the internet.
And your neighbors don't complain. They're just cool with having shitty internet.
The thing is I'm probably the youngest person in this neighborhood.
Yeah, the other guy, the guy who bought the house was in his 80s, right?
He was in probably early 70s.
Early 70s. I thought he said it was in the 80s.
And if I had to bet, most people around here just use it for just standard email, kind of internet. I can't see anyone being like a lot of people who've completely cut the cable, and just like I want to use the internet for all of my streaming services, my internet, everything.
You do it for your job, though, right? You
I do it for my job, but like I said, so far though in the daytime it's been fine. It's only
I can record in the daytime if that makes it easier.
When?
I might have to change a shitty diaper, but I can.
Then we truly will lose Randy. I mean, who are we doing this for? Are we doing it for Nick
I only do it for Randy
and Sherry?
and Sherry.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us live, those of you.
I guess John, the UPS guy, and Kim couldn't be here. It's their anniversary.
Well, they gotta live it up.
Oh, congratulations.
Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy
Yeah.
anniversary!
So September 8th.
31 years, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Damn. Well done.
So that makes it September 8th. I can't do the math
A
on
day
this.
that'll live in infamy.
Wait, did you say 31 years?
I believe 31 years. I'm not.
So I guess that would be 1990, right?
1990. I was married in 1989.
Of the decade.
1989, February 25th, 1989.
I remember the New Year's Eve. That's probably one of the first New Year's Eves I think I have vivid memories of. I think the turn of the decade was like a big deal. I had been alive for 10 years.
whoa.
Really?
I was born in 1980.
I graduated high school in 1980.
No.
Well, they let me out.
They let me out. Get out. We can't. We've tried all that we can try.
Were you in juvie?
Well, it was basically.
This is so depressing, by the way.
If we give you this diploma, will you just leave? Not that you were ever here anyway, but will you just leave? Sure, that sounds cool to me.
So, Nick, I spent a little bit of time up in your neck of the woods, as you did mine.
Well,
Yeah, Washington.
Well,
and Colorado.
Washington's a bit farther away than
No, I had an hour and 15-minute layover Denver Airport.
in Denver.
And I gotta hand it to you guys. Denver Airport is a beautiful airport.
It's a bitch though.
Yeah, I was.
I've been there 3 or 4 times.
I've always enjoyed my trips through Denver.
Well, so every airport that I've ever been to has its pros and it has its cons.
It's better than Cleveland's airport.
The things that work about the Denver airport is that it's really spread out, and so you can get to one place or another pretty quickly. But it's also there's some things that just need, like, you had a year and a half of COVID, but no one was pretty much flying to fix. So basically, when you get off, if you actually land in Denver and your actual destination is Denver, you take the train to the terminal. And then when you get off the train, it's this narrow little walkway that you have to then loop around to get an escalator, and it just clogs and jams the fuck up, and you're waiting forever to like take the escalator up to the terminal. And it's like, this is the worst design ever. So many weird stories about the Denver.
Isn't the Denver airport the one with all the shelters? They have signs for shelters.
Yeah, and the bathrooms are all tornado shelters. Yeah.
I mean, specifically the bathroom, because I definitely had to take a piss when I got off that plane. It was just nice. I remembered it as being nice, and but then I was off to Washington State, where I got to go to Seattle for the first time. Pacific Northwest is gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
It's been a weird year for them though. But
yeah, it has. But I mean, I was blown away. So I flew out there on when the fuck did I go out there? Thursday night. I flew out. I got in late.
You've lived 12 lifetimes the last time we talked to you.
I know, it's been nuts. So I got into Seattle pretty late, and we had gotten a hotel room. My buddy Dave got my wife and I a hotel room as like a belated 40th birthday present for my wife and a belated 40th birthday present for me, but about a year and a half out. But he got us like this sick hotel room like that overlooked the inn or the market. So the hotel's called the Inn at the Market, and it was gorgeous. I know I posted tons of shit over the past weekend on Instagram, but just got a really cool night in Seattle and got to wake up and hang out during the day and kind of see all the stuff that goes on, which is just amazing. Like that market space area, the infamous market where they throw fish and shit. So our hotel room overlooked it, right?
Yeah, I saw it from your photograph. That's awesome.
At nighttime, dude, like it was spotless empty, like not a thing around, like not one person, not one box, not one like leftover thing from the market. It was spotless. And then I wake up in the morning and it's the craziest, like most hectic place I've ever been in. I actually got a little bit of anxiety walking through there because there's just so many people.
Where they sell everything there?
Oh yeah, it's like an open air market where they have vendors and the fish market's open and all this stuff. They got tons of great coffee and stuff. And it was just really, really cool.
Did you get the lobster?
No, lobster in Seattle?
I know. I just was thinking, like you're like, well, I'm in Seattle. I should try their lobster.
No, you don't get you get lobster on the West Coast. You're getting like rock lobster. You don't want to go near that shit.
Well, sometimes all you can West Coast.
So did you actually eat some fish though?
No.
Oh,
yeah, we don't lobster.
No, I mean like you didn't try any other fish while you were there.
No. I mean, I literally flew in late night. I just drank my face off after we got there. Woke up, had some coffee, had some breakfast, and then my other buddy flew in from San Diego on Friday morning, and we headed out towards Ellisburg, Washington, which is smack dab in the middle of the state. Also happens to be one of the rodeo capitals of the world, and the rodeo was in town. So talk about like two very different places. Seattle, Washington, and then an hour and 50 minutes out Ellisburg, Washington, and it was just like a cowboy town. It was incredible. So we're out there, but the craziest thing is
did you go to the rodeo?
No, we didn't. We were too hungover and fucked up to even attempt to go to the rodeos during the day because of our activities at night. Although we probably could have, we just drank anyways. But so the crazy bit is like we're driving out to Ellisburg, Washington, and I get an update on Instagram from the Dave Matthews Band page. So mind you, this is a 3-day Dave Matthews Band concert at the Gorge.
Did it say give us your women?
Yeah. No, it said actually the message on their Instagram page was very concerning because it says due to COVID-19 and its complications, we regretfully inform you. Now I'm reading this as I'm fucking already flown across the country, and now I'm currently driving to the center of the state. And say we regret to inform you.
Hungover.
Hungover. Actually, I think I was high at that point. I think I had a gummy for the ride. I was not driving.
Okay, I was about ready to ask. Good say.
Yeah, Randy. Yes, lots of good restaurants in Ellisburg. I had some of the best breakfast actually at the Early Bird, which was fantastic.
But nothing with fish, so no salmon.
No, I did not have any fish at all. So anyways, we're out there. The message was like, "Hey, so we have to, we're going to be engaging in an alternate format for this weekend's shows." And we're like, "What the fuck does that mean?" Like, and social media, people who are following the concert, people who are at the concert, everyone's flipping the fuck out in the comment sections of all these things. Yeah, and like what's going on? Tell us more. What are we expecting? We've flown out here. Tell us what the fuck's happening.
Yeah.
And then we get there. And first of all, before I even get to the concert bit, that location.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, if you will.
You kept sharing photos, and I'm like, oh my gosh! Like,
dude, he totally stole his line there.
Yeah, he did.
He even had it in his name title of gorgeous.
My title. Way to go, Leno.
But the like you guys saw some of the pictures, and those are just a sample of some of the pictures. Like, yeah, and it looks fucking great. It looks amazing in the photo.
It was gorgeous.
It does not live up to what it
It's
actually
gorgeous.
is. Like being there is
So you're saying,
absolutely fucking incredible.
so I might
like-
as well not even look at the pictures if they're. If
No,
Sure, you
I'm
have to
just
look at
telling you,
it's
your
not doing
eyes
it-
would
it's
cry.
not doing it justice. I can't.
So
do it.
what was crazy is you say that because like people, we kind of crested over the hill, so you get to like where you actually have a good vantage point of like of the gorge and like of the stage and everything, and everyone just fucking stops and there's like they have to stand there for a minute just to soak it all in and really absorb what the fuck is going on because you have this ultimate view of essentially the beginning of the Grand Canyon. With like the sun setting and it just looks fucking gorgeous and you realize, holy shit, I'm here to see a concert. This is amazing. And one by one, you see people lose their shit. So we lost our shit for a good solid 15 minutes. My wife was bawling. She was crying her eyes out because it literally was like an emotional experience walking over and seeing that shit. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
What's the title of the episode?
Lost just shit.
But you see people just every time
Double
someone
meaning
walks
for your story as well as Jack's.
Yeah. So every time someone walks over that ridge and just we started turning around just to watch people, right? And we watch people and everybody has that same reaction. And it's just amazing.
This is on your Instagram?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that.
I can't imagine I can't
You're
recommend
not
enough
following.
you guys to go check out. If you have the ability to go out there and check it out, it's breathtaking. But we find out that the drummer, Carter Beauford,
Breathtaking.
and the bassist, Stefan Lassard, both tested positive for COVID, so they were out. But they have an amazing keyboardist who apparently can fucking shred on the drums. And they had the Alan Stone, the family band there. If you guys anybody knows Alan Stone, the family band, and a band called Dumpster Funk. And then Mavis Staples was actually the third night opener. Everybody from all these opening, like that, nailed it. Everybody from the opening bands joined in and learned songs to perform with Dave Matthews, and it was actually fucking amazing. Like it was one of the best concerts I've ever been a part of, even with the drawbacks of the bandmates being out. But it was awesome.
How could you tell you were seeing multiple colors?
I know.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. Your pictures don't do it justice.
Yeah, thanks. So on night 3, I was relatively sober because I was the one driving because our hotel was it was 45 minutes away from the venue, so we had to drive to and from each night, and I chose night 3 to take her easy, and which led to a much easier. Yeah, which led to a much easier travel day on when was it? Shit, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday. I don't even know. When did I come home? Monday. Yeah, that was my trip, man. It was awesome. And now I'm vowing to take my wife to Red Rocks hopefully next year, because she needs to experience that now to cross that off the bucket list.
Yeah, like we've talked about it before. There's only a handful of venues everyone needs to experience. Gorge is one of them. Red Rocks is one of them. Hollywood Bowl, Carnegie Hall, the Ryman in Nashville. I know I'm forgetting a couple, but like
I'm 0 for 5.
Well, I mean, they're just great acoustic or just great venues. I mean, visually and audio, it's great.
I will say the one thing that the Gorge, or I'm sorry, Red Rocks might have over the Gorge is that, well, two things. Like after the sun goes down at the Gorge, you can't see shit. Like it's a black backdrop. After the sun goes down at Red Rocks, you have the beautiful skyline of Denver, and it's gorgeous. It's like you can see the city limits behind you, but also the Red Rocks has unbelievable acoustics due to the natural rock formations in which it's built. It's incredible, but they're both incredible places,
and they have lights built by the rocks, so the lights are always shown on the rocks, and of course, depending on the artist, they'll change the colors of the rocks, and so it kind of helps with the ambiance of the show.
So yeah, that was my crazy weekend of just kind of like manhandling my body with booze and weed and all that type of stuff, and great music and having a blast, and it was so much fun. And
you sat on the grass, or you sat on the grassy area?
We had tickets Well, I bought lawn seats for the entire weekend, and my buddy Jeff who's just an absolute Dave Matthews freak. Surprised us all with he bought us all seats for the first night, so we can kind of experience it, up front and personal. But what's crazy about that venue is it's 15% seating and 85% lawn. So it's like if you have seats, you're one of a not few. I mean, it's probably a few hundred, maybe 1,000 seats tops. But in a 30,000, capacity place. So we had seats for night one. We were on the lawn. And you're on the lawn, you stand, you dance around like an idiot and have fun and try not to fall over because it's like a 45-degree angle slope.
At least it's grass, right? I mean, it's ground.
It's grass and rock. There's definitely some.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
And then on night 3, we had tickets. We had seats again, so we got a good experience.
What do you prefer, the seats or the grass? I know the grass.
Well, definitely seats for the performance, right? Absolutely, the seats for the performance, no doubt about that. And like I said before, is after it gets dark, you can't see anything. But when you're leading up to the show, like watching the openers or whatever, like standing up there on the lawn is pretty incredible because all you can see is what you saw in those pictures for the entire time, and it blows you away. So get out there if you can; it's well worth it.
Right, what blows me away is the commercial break. It always surprises me.
Yeah, I wish my trip was as fun as yours. Mine was for work, though. And basically, it was, what scared. Well, it was funny. Like my partner that went with me, business partner. Good
to clarify.
Yeah, I felt a joke going into that. It's like I better clarify that one really quick.
Randy's already been asking about your next door neighbor. So
is that he was worried more about restaurants like with COVID, whereas me, I was like I'm more worried about flying. I was like in a tube with recycled air for 5 hours. Like I don't really want to do that.
Wear your mask.
Yeah, and but it basically was land, hotel, demo, drive, sleep, demo, drive. And so I didn't, nothing touristy the entire time. It was.
Did you have the lobster?
I did. Of course I did. I basically said, I was like, I heard you guys got big crawfish up here. Give me one of those, Biggest crawfish I ever seen.
What's a crawfish?
Yeah.
Now I geeked out a little bit when you texted us and showed us where you were. Did you get to go to any of my recommendations?
I did not. Like I did throw them out there, but we just did not have the time to do it.
People said, "Fuck that guy."
Well, it's because like how with every business trip, you kind of have a schedule when you go, and it will all get thrown out the window depending on the client, and that's kind of what happened with all 4 of these locations. That it was supposed to be an hour demo followed by a 2-hour hands-on kind of training or just something like that. And the guy that was in charge of this didn't know what the hell he was doing. And so none of these employees had ever seen or heard of anything I was going to present. So a lot of this to them was just
the people you work with?
No. You have the VPs or the people in charge that organized it at these companies.
Oh, okay.
But I'm presenting to the actual field people, the people who will be actually using the tools we're trying to sell. And so it was one of those, because normally when you're doing over the internet, you can knock out a demo really quick, and then you follow it with questions and you're in and out of there in an hour. But to do it in person, it's completely different because they're more relaxed. They're seeing it, they're actually paying attention. Whereas, if you're doing it on the internet, you're halfway, you're on your phone, you're not really paying attention. So that's kind of what this was. Like my demo should have taken me only about 40 minutes to do the entire thing, start to finish, and then plenty of time. My portion of the demo took 2 hours.
Were you using your internet?
I was there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I got you, Jack. And then, my other business partner, his was shorter, but he took up the last hour. And so it was just tons and tons of questions. And we often ran over, and it was just a lot to deal with. And then, of course, then we have to get on the road immediately when we're done and drive to the next location. So I did mark all of your recommendations on my phone, on my maps, Chris. So, if I'm back there, I definitely will check them out.
I'll be there with you if you come back.
Well, how
so
was the
I'll show you
lobster?
around.
It did look good.
Yeah, it was good. Like I had never had a full lobster before. I've had tons of lobster tails, but never a full lobster.
The whole experience of
the
cracking.
whole experience. Yeah. And so, I was like, and that's basically what I told the waitress. I was like, hey, I'm going to get the lobster because I'm here in Portland. I'm going to get it. I was like, just so you know, though, I've never done this. I've always gotten lobster tails at restaurants, but not the full.
She said this with a smile. She's like, "Oh, really?" And then really internally, she's like, "Fuck,
another one of these."
Redneck.
Nah, like she was real sweet, and But it's funny. I forgot what she called the innards. She's like, "Oh, you can eat the claws and you can eat the tails." And then she called it like another word for all the guts and stuff. And I was like, "You mean the guts?" And she's like, "Yeah, we don't call it that." And I was like, "But that's what it is."
You had to take the shell off and everything.
Yeah.
I'd rather
it's the tamale.
The tamale, that's what she called it.
But not like hot tamale. It's tamale like TOMELY or something like that. Tamale.
Yeah.
John's asking what he missed. John, the UPS guy, here on his anniversary.
Your anniversary, John?
What you guys do post-coital is up to you, but don't let
you
us
missed the big day, bud.
It was a good trip.
Happy anniversary, John.
I tell you, there ain't shit between Albany and Rochester. I kept looking, like when we left Albany.
I've been to neither.
Yeah.
And I don't foresee myself.
That's New York, right?
Going.
Well, we were looking, like after we're done with one demo, we're getting out around 1. It's like, okay, let's find a place to eat lunch. There's nothing in between. Like there was no, and so I had to look for just type in food into my phone, and it would the nearest place is 30 or 40 miles away. And you're like, holy shit. It's like, it doesn't matter if it's got 1 star or not. I just want to eat.
So wait, you drove from Portland, Maine to Rochester?
We drove
from Albany?
Portland to New Haven.
Connecticut?
I told you this. You've forgotten.
I did. I was
yeah.
I remember if that means
we drove from Portland to New Haven.
Good, Jack.
From New Haven to Albany, and then Albany to Rochester.
Rochester,
dude. I do have to agree with you though. After hearing all of that,
there was no hot dog?
Your trip was not anywhere near as cool as mine.
No, nowhere near.
Nope.
He had better pictures though.
So you drove by my house?
No, we took because we were trying to stay away from the Boston area, so we went through.
They didn't want to get any fights.
What's the? I'm not gonna say it right. We went to Worcester. Yeah, that's where we drove through there.
And you went 84 south. So you did not go near my house.
Yeah.
Good old Worcester.
Chris and Marky Mark. Violent. Say something about my Patriots.
You not put me in the same category as Marky Mark, please.
Aren't you guys all the same?
No.
You guys like funky music?
You all work out together, right?
I feel like Jack and I are on one level tonight. You guys are in the dark.
High five.
Well, you guys are what me and Jack normally are. You two are trying to have serious conversations, and Jack and I are in the background just going, like, let's see if we can shit on this while they're being serious.
Come on, I do that every week.
That's why you're here.
No.
That's the only reason I'm here. Wow.
That's why. I didn't say the only. That's why you're here.
I did find a mom and pop sandwich place though in between Albany and Rochester, and holy shit, it had like 5 stars, and I was like, it was just and I walked in there and it had one of the best roast beef, cheddar, and horseradish sandwiches I've ever had in my life. I was like,
not a fan of horseradish, but let's go keep going.
Oh, dude, if you ever have a roast beef sandwich, you've got to put horseradish on
it. Barbecue sauce. I don't like horseradish.
So there's a difference though. I'm with you on that because if you're throwing the barbecue on it, like a roast, like a barbecue, like with cheese, maybe even, you don't put horseradish on that. But if you're doing like a club sandwich, or not club, but like a sandwich, not necessarily like the hot, roast beef sandwiches. You put mustard and horseradish on there, and it's fucking
amazing.
Also
there's a creamy horseradish that we put with our steak, so it's delicious.
I'm not a fan.
Well, to each their own. I felt a connection with you tonight.
I know we were right. We were so close.
So
John, the UPS guy, makes a good point. They will be here the next 2 weeks, so that is probably what I will be doing. I'll be talking very, very quietly.
You gotta have your mom on.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. How are we gonna gloss over that? We have been asking, actually pleading and begging at
Just
times.
for a few minutes. Just for a few minutes.
if we need to do it during the day, we can make it happen.
Nick, you're and plus, what's the worst that can
Nick
happen?
is so opposed to this idea.
I feel like this is patron bonus era.
Yeah, I
right
think
here.
so.
I mean, this is what they really want. They want.
I've never seen Nick disagree so hard with something in my entire life. Like this, including his fucking
I've
liberal
never
/
wanted,
conservative / whatever the fucking I don't even know. Whatever party or part, like you've never been this more disagreeable than right now. Like,
Yeah, well, it's
and also haven't said one word.
I think you guys be disappointed because she'll be 100% fake, and she'll play coy, and she'll like everything. Everything that you would want.
We can put the face to the mask.
Yeah, that's true. But everything that you'll ask her about, she'll just be like, she won't acknowledge it, because she'll be embarrassed, and she'll just.
Oh, we're not like 60 Minutes. We're not gonna.
We need to contact your sister. We need to work around here. I feel like you're just gonna keep putting up blocks, but we need an inroad.
We'll reach around. Yeah.
The old reach around, as they say in the biz.
Well, there's a shot.
Well, we're gonna ask the hard hitting questions of your mom. Are you vaxxed?
Call Nick into my fan favorite podcaster.
Well, Matt's been kicked to the curb.
Ever since.
When was the last time someone said fan favorite with Matt?
I wish they
ever since you became producer.
I would be fine stepping down.
Well, you already stepped down from fan favorite. I'm just saying.
I don't know. You haven't seen these names tonight.
Jack, I'll give you the login. So
I don't want it.
We'll throw it at you.
I enjoy not having to do it. I'm just saying that. Because I have to be here early.
Did anyone go to the show?
Right
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Did anyone? I know Krista obviously didn't, but did anyone go to the show this weekend? I saw
show
movie. Sorry, my southern going out.
Did anyone go to the show?
That's what we call it, the show.
We got to talk to you this weekend.
I saw
Shane and a haircut.
No, I did not see that one. I saw Free Guy.
Okay.
That was actually pretty good.
Oh, that's with
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
It's basically the Lego Movie meets the Truman Show.
So Ryan Reynolds is the same in every movie?
Yeah, he's the same actor. I mean, yeah, but he's the same character in every movie.
Who doesn't want that?
Yeah,
I like Ryan Reynolds. I'm not
right.
But it was a pretty cute movie. I mean, I enjoyed it. I know you don't like the word cute, but like I'm saying, I enjoyed it. I thought it surprised me. I gave it, 2 thumbs up.
Out of how many thumbs?
I don't know.
15.
So my local drive-in theater is doing a double feature of Shang-Chi and Free Guy all weekend.
Oh, yeah. My sister saw that one. She gave it of course, I don't always agree with her opinions on things, but she gave it's better than Black Widow. I
haven't seen Black Widow yet either.
Okay.
Okay.
Black Widow was just decent. But she said, most people that I've read the reviews with that one says it doesn't feel like a Marvel film until the end. It's just a typical kind of action film, but it's enjoyable with a little bit of a lull in the middle. But good.
Nice.
Free Guy was Sherry says Free Guy was really entertaining, unique.
Oh yeah, Free Guy. Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, that looks good.
What the fuck, Matt?
I just didn't put an image
Free
with.
Guy. I remember that.
Fuck you.
There's definitely some cameos in Free Guy that you don't expect, especially one towards the end. And there's some that is they're masked or they're covered up, but you know who the actor is because you can hear their voice. You're like, that's that person. That are friends with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh.
So it was, I enjoyed it.
I'd like to hang out with Ryan Reynolds. Seems like a fun guy.
Oh my god!
It always the only thing that drives me nuts about Ryan Reynolds is it's just because like he always makes at some point in every movie this certain smile face, and it emphasizes his teeth. And if you've ever looked at his teeth, though, his front two are normal. His two ones next to his front two teeth are super small. It's like they're two baby teeth next to two large teeth, and you're like, what happened with your teeth, man?
Why did you now? I don't want to hang out with him.
I'm trying to figure out what teeth you're talking about.
The two next to the front two.
Well, Matt Damon has to have the same smile in every movie. Even Saving Private Ryan has to have that because I think he thinks that he looks good in that. Every movie has to have the same smile.
Oh,
what do you guys think?
That's just how he smiles, man.
No, it's like they do it on purpose. It's a Boston thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
I mean, but the guy that I know from Boston isn't really from Boston.
Nope.
He's from Providence. So
I'm actually closer to I grew up closer to New Haven than I did to Boston.
Yeah.
Anywho.
So it's worth seeing, is what you're saying.
Free Guy, yes, absolutely.
I don't have a free day. I have grandkids until September 24th.
What?
Ooh, what are you
need to go on
do?
strike,
Well,
dude?
this weekend I have the Glaffelder boys.
You need to start.
Jay and Colleen are going out of town for a roundabout to Anaheim, and then back here. And
for a roundabout.
Well, they're going to see.
It's a different kind of reach around.
They're going to a toy show on some kind of thing on Saturday. Then they're
also
going to
a different kind
Dodger
of
game on Sunday.
Are they hanging out with Ralph?
I'm sure they will, because when you go to Anaheim, you have to hang. It's either Mickey Mouse or Ralph.
Yeah, I mean, or both.
No, you can't do both.
There's some other stuff in Anaheim.
Well, anyways,
got medieval time
off.
But they're going to go. Padres are playing the Dodgers, I guess. So he's afraid to wear it. I go, wear your fucking Padre jersey, because he's afraid that the Dodger fans are going to kick his ass.
Oh, whatever, dude.
I go, come on.
And don't go to the game if you're not going to own your stripes.
Yeah, he's working on Zach's, because Zach has a really good arm. Because Jay had a good arm, but they're like clones. I mean, it's like going back in time when you see Zach and Jay. It's like I was throwing him a baseball and he was doing the same thing. He would just go, the ball would go to. I go, Zach, if you have to move your glove, you have to move your leg. And Jay goes, I won't say that to him. I go, well, he has to learn.
You're repeating the same mistakes.
Exactly. Well, he goes, I want you to, what tricks do you have? Because I guess Zach tries to catch everything with the glove like this. Right?
Well, that's a good way to get a ball in the face.
Well, that's what I said. I go, well, here's the trick. I go, if you keep doing it, the ball's going to hit you in the face and it hurts you. You're going to stop. I said, well, waist, glove down, below the waist, glove down, above the waist, glove up. So I was trying to, but it was like going back in fucking time. I was like trying to play catch with Jay. I swear.
I've learned more about baseball.
Jay had a fantastic arm, even though he kind of threw. I can't say it anymore because it's not politically correct. But
you can say it.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it because I got called out one time for saying it, so I'm not saying it. It's in a scene from The Sandlot.
Mm-hmm.
You play ball.
All your references get you in trouble. Got you
I know,
kicked off
because
Twitter.
Exactly. Anyway, so I'm going to work on his if he wants to. I'm going to work on Zach this baseball.
I don't think I would go to a game with Jay if he said I'm not wearing a Padres jersey because I'm afraid the Dodger fans are going to kick my ass.
Exactly. I would say, dude, you have to you have to represent. You have to go there and say,
do.
hey, I am a Padre fan. I mean, it's bad enough you're admitting you're a Padre fan. All the, what have they done since day one? Nothing. So I said, you go out there and you say, I'm a Padre fan. But we'll see.
You get more respect as a visiting fan if you're rocking a jersey. Yeah, he's gonna get yelled at and made fun of, probably for a couple of innings. But as long as he's good with it, as long as he's like, let it happen.
You just can't be a dick.
You can't be a dick, and he'll be fine. Like Dodgers fans are real baseball fans. I know, Jack, you probably disagree with that.
They're not. I'm sure John, the UPS guy, will back me.
Maybe when they were New York Dodgers.
They're not real. They're the most fair weather fans in the world.
All the games that I went to in LA, I thought they didn't even watch the game.
I said, Jay, you're
really.
I go, Jay. Plus, they won't even show up to the fourth inning, so you're fine there. You can wear your jersey for the first 3 innings, so they won't be there to the fourth, and they leave in the seventh. So there you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like that's in my experience, Chris. I always bought first baseline tickets at Dodger Stadium because that's just where I usually like to sit if I can get them, if I can afford them. And it drove me nuts every time I would go because I would sit probably like 23, 24 rows up, and it would just be empty the entire all the way down to the fence because no one would show up until the third inning, and they would leave in the seventh. And most people were there to network or business. It was like,
really?
you'd sit there and like people would just be talking to each other, never watching the game. I'm like,
every team has its diehard fans. But
yeah, that's true.
But I'm
I guess there's not a bad seat though in Dodger Stadium.
I guess
walked all over. It was great.
I'm referring to the diehards, and would you agree that the diehards are the ones that are going to be giving Jay shit if he's wearing a jersey?
Yeah.
Right. So like of the diehard fans, they're legit baseball fans though. You can't be a diehard Dodger fan and not be a
you know what,
huge baseball fan.
He should just have Colleen wear her Yankees jersey, and then it just like takes all the heat.
That's where all bets are off.
Buy Colleen an Astro jersey.
Oh,
they hate the Astros more than they hate anybody now because they feel cheated.
They were cheated.
Oh, they were not. If they would have, fuck that. Anyway, so
wow, John, the UPS guy, is just lighting up the chat about all of this stuff.
He's angry right now.
He's a Giants fan, and the rule is you can't defend Dodgers. You can't.
I get it.
I mean, like I said, when my wife and I would go to Charger games, fucking Dean Spanos, and when we went to Baltimore, I literally had a talk with her. I said, "You cannot be you. You have to. We're in enemy territory." I go, "This is They were the best fans of any sport I've ever been to. The Baltimore fans were the best.
It's probably the only place they felt safe in the city."
Except for the one dickhead that kept cheering because the Chargers had a lot of injuries.
Mm.
Yeah, and some guy turned around and said, "Why don't you shut the fuck up?" And it was another Ravens fan. The guy goes, "What?" And he goes, "Why are you cheering for a player to be hurt?"
Mm.
And then when Steve Smith got hurt in the game, he goes, "See, that's on you, asshole." And I was like, "Oh."
I'm kind of with him.
I've been to two Ravens games. And like I said, best fans I'd ever been around.
The hardest
Ravens fans, even
Ravens fans. Now Steeler fans were great because they were so drunk. The only problem is they have to get up and pee every 2 minutes because they drank so much beer. Now, I've never been to a Patriots game, but I hear you. If you
the hardest game,
they hit old people, so I don't want to.
They do hit old people.
I got to say, the hardest game I had to sit through. I went with my stepsister. She had bought tickets to this Colts game. It was Patriots at the Colts.
And let me guess, it snowed and you were wearing jeans.
It was
froze to your legs and you stuck to the bench.
Because it was inside. It was inside.
Oh, okay.
It was a Brady.
Even then, people are jeans.
If I remember correctly, it was Brady versus Manning game. And I went with her. She's a huge Patriots Tom Brady fan, right? So she's wearing her jersey.
Is this a sister you have a crush on?
No,
no,
I do not.
I'm trying to remember.
Thank you for just fucking up all of my stories that I tell.
High five. High five still? Are we still on the same page?
No.
High five.
Anyway, I had to sit through that game because I had my Colts jersey on. She had her Patriots jersey on. She got so drunk and she talked so much smack. And it was just like, would you just shut up so that we can get out of here? Like, I had to be the one that's just like, sorry, she's a little,
All you just say Patriots fan.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that Colts won because I feel like that was the one thing that saved her. If the Patriots had won, they would have lynched her. And I mean, there were moments where I was like, I can't do anything to stop these people. Like, you realize, like, I'm not like a bodyguard. I mean, I'm 7 pounds overweight, but I can't take these. I just think I still think that's the most
doesn't know what
bullshit.
you're talking about. You wasn't here last week, but
oh yeah,
sure.
It's the most bullshit ticky-tacky thing that my insurance company did when I had a wellness check. They said they didn't grant me all of the money because they claimed I was 7 pounds overweight. And I'm like,
and it's all ego.
Yeah. So
It's all,
But I don't understand why, because I love to trash talk. But I don't
Yeah.
understand where did it become where people, because I used to go to Dodger Padre games in the 80s and 90s or 80s and never got in a fight. Never. I mean, I would trash talk like this. I'd be in Dodger Stadium. When did it become, okay, now we have to beat you up because we don't agree with your team?
I assume American fans just got inspired by all of the soccer hooligans. Like they were like, yes.
I guess
That's what
maybe,
we
but you go on any like Dodger fans. If you watched, they beat the crap out of a Braves fan last week. There was Astro fans before that. So maybe Jay has I said don't put that target on your back, but he has something to be worried about.
I mean, he has you to look up to, Jack, who all you do is post, videos. I mean, this is like a thing that you're known for now. You post these videos of people getting beat up.
And you threaten to murder people on Twitter.
No wonder.
I never threatened to murder anybody. God damn it.
Dad, I don't think I want to wear the jersey.
Just use Zach as a human shield. You got another kid.
Zach's not going to be there because he's going to be with me. Like I said, remember the whole story is I have grandkids. And the worst part is the following week I have my youngest grandson has diarrhea. Right. But the worst
if he still has diarrhea by the time he gets to your house, there might be a problem.
Well, I don't know because they're afraid to give him medicine. Anyway, so but they're bringing they have a husky, a husky, who just chews everything. Well, we just planted trees in our back to grow because all the trees got taken away. I go. And my wife goes, we have Hayden. I go, that's fine. Hayden's cool. Oh, and the dog. I go, what the? So for like 24 hours, I was pissed about the dog. I'm walking around that. So I'm working on this bathroom here, remodeling this bathroom. I'm just bitching about this fucking dog the whole time.
That's it. Sure, you got it. Sorry.
Throwback.
Yeah, call back.
But anyway, so it's just like I go, the dog. I'm going to have to fucking figure out a way to block him from chewing. I go, the dog. Anyway, that was my story. So, and I said, okay. So I sent my wife a thing. I said, is it September 20th? Because today after I changed like the 18th diaper, I said, is it September 25th yet? Because that's the first day we have because I have every fucking day. And it's a joy. Every day until the 25th of September, which is the day the PSA crashed in San Diego and 163 people died. There you go.
Wow, that was cheery.
Well, I always remember that.
That went a different direction.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my story. But I did want to talk about a movie I did see, and I know Nick has seen the original, Midway. You guys seen the remake, Midway?
I did not yet. No.
It's a couple years ago.
But since we're midway through the show, I think it's time for a commercial break.
What? We're already taking one. You just had to take that shot, didn't you, Matt?
I did. I just had to be a dickhead. Okay, go ahead.
And he says he doesn't want to be the producer.
Are we done with your bullshit, Matt?
Sure. Yeah,
Can I
go
finish
ahead.
my story? Can I finish my review?
Randy writes in and says, Twitter locked my account today for some tweets that were several years old. As soon as I deleted them, they unlocked me. Now, how did you get to that point? Because
once you're locked, you can't get in there and do it.
He says, I think it was an automated keyword search process. So, you use fuck, ass, bitch, and
I think we're gonna need to know what together. I think we're gonna need to know what Randy tweeted because we might have to block him from us now.
What are the key words?
Yeah, Sherry asks the most important question. How do you delete it if you're locked out?
Ooh, busted.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think the words were, or the tweet was 9/11 was an inside job. And they got
wow.
Jesus.
I can't believe you said that at this pot. Now there it goes around the gas down the drain. Wow.
This podcast has been flagged for misinformation.
Matt, you've gone too far.
You can see how we got from one conspiracy
maybe you should have said commercial
extremist group to the other. I'm just connecting the dots. I'm a dot connector.
Sure you September 8th.
Conspiracy theorist, yeah.
Okay, so tell me about this Midway thing.
The Illuminati.
You've ruined the whole day for me.
Okay, well, once we find out from Randy how to delete old tweets, Jack, tell us your review of Midway.
Okay, so I actually saw the original Midway in theater. It was the first movie that they made a big
so
deal.
you were in this Pacific Theater on the Midway?
I was unlocking. What the fuck does that mean, Randy?
He said if you read his comment before that.
Oh, they have
Oh.
a process that steps you through the deletion and inlocking.
Well, why don't you send me that on
Or
Facebook,
unlocking.
on Messenger, and so I can do that, Randy, instead of just saying unlocking? That doesn't make any sense. I'm still angry about Matt's comment about September.
So what he's saying is that Randy actually got a second chance, and whereas you were just thrown to the wolves.
Both tweets use the word die or dying, and nothing.
Was it like
to
a
deal
tie-dye
with.
shirt? What, I mean, why are you killing people, Randy? Anyway, okay. How do you get to the unlocking process?
It's a labyrinth. It's like a
Okay,
maze. You have to solve a couple riddles, and
I was
Like-
told there'd be no math. Anyway, so Midway, I saw the original movie in the theaters, and it was because the seats, they made a big deal about the seats vibrating.
oh, okay.
That's how cool it was when I was a kid.
You saw it in a pay-by-the-hour motel?
You put a quarter in the thing, and your bed vibrates.
Yeah.
I think women were
That was a big
unlocking
deal.
themselves when they saw that movie for the first time.
It was a cool movie. I've seen. Well, Matt, has everyone seen the original movie Midway?
No.
Fucking A.
I've seen only
Yeah,
I would
whatever,
say
shut up, Matt.
halfway.
So Nick, you've seen the.
I've never been to a theater to watch an adult movie, Jack. No.
Okay. Have you seen the movie
Called
Midway?
Midrim.
Midrim. There's your title episode. Okay. Anyway,
Mid-rim?
Nick, you've seen the movie Midway, right?
Yep.
And you would say, what would you say of the movie, the original movie?
It's good. I mean, for its era, it's a very good
All-star cast.
Yeah, all-star cast, for its, I mean, by today's standards, the effects are dated and things like that, but it's still a very good movie that still holds up,
Because you have Charles Heston or
Yeah.
Chuck Heston to his friends, but let's see, Chuck Heston, and you got Henry Fonda. It's just one of those back in the 70s where they would get all these stars. The fuck?
I was just like, you go ahead, keep going.
Well, they would do that, Anyway.
Back in the 70s, they did.
Anyway, I love the original. So I said the night I went on Amazon. I said, okay, I'll watch the movie Midway. I already know it's HBO. I don't know. It was all green screen. Everything was, even the people when they're showing them burying somebody in the cemetery. It was. I gotta say, and Woody Harrelson as Chester Nimitz.
What?
Yeah,
Woody
yeah.
Harrelson in it?
Yeah, he said because Henry Fonda, I believe, played Nimitz in the original. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he did. Now, was Nimitz a stand-up comedian? I mean, you're the expert here, Nick. Was Chester Nimitz going to the Improv every weekend?
He was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, he just did it in a way where
How many military people do you know who are not comedians?
they're all funny, but Chester Nimitz was just it was okay, but I wouldn't watch it again.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, when they made,
Midway.
it's like when they made Pearl
The
Harbor,
glory.
in like 2001 or whatever it was. It's like, anything Michael Bay is going to be shit anyway.
Well, it had Kate
But-
Beckinsale.
Yeah, but like, that's what I mean. Basically, it was a remake of Tora Tora Tora, which is way better.
Mm.
And it's-
That's a remake of the Kane Mutiny.
what?
By the way, Midway came out in '76. That's the year I was born. So
Was a very keep saying that.
I think your math's off, Matt, because you're like 57.
You're older than me.
Yeah. But like when Pearl Harbor came out, I remember going because that's the typical Michael Bay. Like he's just basically remaking Armageddon again.
That
it's like,
movie
oh,
was
it's so
absolute
bad.
Shit.
Yeah,
It's
I tried watching it
I
about
never
a year
watched
ago,
it.
and I got about 30 minutes into it. I go, all right, I can't do it anymore.
And that's
Fucking
what I
get to
tend
the
to
attack already.
right, and that's what I tend to think about when anyone's today is making these historical movies. They just want to go full blown CGI and show a shit ton of action, but
No,
the
they
plot
want
and the
that stuff.
storytelling is just. Yeah, I know you like blowing stuff, Matt.
Wow, this podcast has gone rogue, man.
What's going on?
I'm just drawing over here.
Sure you are.
But yeah,
My inks. Gotta get the ink.
What the fuck?
What are you guys talking about?
How did Matt get dragged into the bus so hard right there? Like, where the fuck did that come from?
Let's start with Nick, man. And his internet didn't
Brutal.
break out. He didn't break up. He was able to. No, it's just that, like you're saying, like with the original, it's good. It's solid. I mean, it's entertaining. You know, but the remake is like, oh my god, it just. And I like Woody Harrelson, but he does every role the same, where he has that sarcastic, you know.
Oh, is he in the new one? I'm confused as to.
And
where
you
Woody
wonder why
Harrelson's
Matt
in.
is taking shit.
He's not as old as you, so how would he be in the original? Plus, he has.
Do you think
hair.
they had like? Did they have '70s music like that in Midway? No.
Yeah, exactly. They had porn music. the whole time. But yeah, it's just like if you're gonna watch something, don't watch Midway the remake.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Watch the original.
Watch the original, yes, because the original is entertaining.
So
This has been a fun show. Go
I
ahead.
started watching. I mentioned last week. I started watching Manifest, and
Oh yeah. How's that going?
pretty good, but
Pretty.
like it's just good enough for me to want to watch it, keep watching it. But I'm not like blown away by it.
Okay,
And you
hold on.
never will be. You
You
never
would-
will be.
You would enjoy the remake of Midway if you've gotten this far.
So,
Manifest.
Yeah, like I'm just about done with season 3 of Manifest, and the acting does not get any better as the season has progressed. It's
really
the lead actor, the guy that's like, you know, the brother, you know, of
the
cop.
father.
Yeah, like the father. Like, there's some scenes that I'm just like, oh Jesus Christ, was that the best take? Because if he did like 30 takes of this scene and that's the best one, how is he an employable actor?
Yeah, there's a couple of those
You're
scenes.
talking about,
and, like,
the guy that was in Once Upon a Time, right?
Sorry, you broke up.
He played
I
Prince
don't know. Once
Charming,
upon a
right?
time. I have no idea. I've never saw Once Upon a Time.
That's it.
What's
Watch
Once
Manifest.
Upon a Time?
What is it? Is it?
It's a show.
It's
on
on
ABC,
ABC, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a Disney show where they all
Yeah.
the Disney characters came to life.
Yeah.
So
But-
you've been watching Manifest.
Pinocchio was
though.
going around fucking everybody. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been watching. The system, dude. You go down the line. All the actors in that show are actually terrible.
Yeah, they're all
they're
bad.
actually all really bad.
They're all
like,
bad.
Even the kid.
Even the kid.
Shut the fuck up, you little bastard.
He's cute. He's cute in season 1, and then like you can tell, especially in season 3, as he's gotten older, he just doesn't know what to do. He's all awkward, and you're like, no one. And luckily in season 3, he's hardly in it at all. But every scene he's in, it's just like,
Most kid,
I take acting
most kid
lessons.
actors suck.
Yeah.
So
Like Sherry.
the most surprising and in looking back at a depressing part about this conversation is that I didn't even realize there's more than one season. Like I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to watch the rest of this one, let alone
Can I
3
say how
seasons.
much- can I say how much this podcast sucks now? This is like the 4th straight week we've talked about Manifest.
There's nothing on right now other than what if.
There's nothing.
You know?
There's got to be something better than Manifest.
So I just happened to watch
Wait, was Chris done with his
Murders.
review?
Happens.
I'm done.
Murder, She Wrote.
No, Murders. Only Murders in the Building.
Steve
Oh, I've heard that's
Martin
great,
Short,
actually.
and,
I'm really enjoying
Selena
it. Like
Gomez.
I was I felt like I was in this TV oasis where nothing was really kind of sticking with me. I was watching just kind of random shows,
yeah, go to
and
more porn shows.
nothing really was like, I really just wasn't enjoying TV. And then I watched that show and I was
I heard it's
really,
good.
yeah,
What,
I'm really
what's
enjoying
on
it.
Netflix?
Some really funny stuff.
Hulu.
And there's like a line just from I think
I don't have
maybe
Hulu
the
anymore,
first,
do I, Chris?
I think I'm just only 2 episodes in. But there's 4 episodes total, and they keep releasing them every Tuesday. So
Well,
if you're
that's the
looking
one with
for
Martin
something-
Short, right? And
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a line he gives to Steve Martin that's really funny, and it's just kind of a throwaway line, but he says something about like, oh, I can tell it when you're acting. You know, you need to like tone down the CBS. Like, you know, he mentions something about his CBS style of acting.
It's like having Martin Short
So-
here on the podcast.
What do you mean?
You butchered it, man.
Okay, well, just check it out. It's a really good show. And I really
High
like
five?
Selena Gomez.
High
No, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Oh, and Chris, if in Manifest, if you actually get to season 3, I don't know how they did it or how they got up. They slip in the plot of single white female into the show, and I'm like, where is this coming from?
So someone's getting a blowjob.
No, it's without all the sex, but it's just like
the only part of the shit movie that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you're not my girlfriend, but okay.
like, what?
Steven Weber, right?
Right, it was Steven Weber. Yeah.
Yes, because that's the only part I remember of the whole movie. Whatever happened to Bridget Fonda?
I think she basically retired,
She
like
said,
somewhere
"Fuck
around
it.
96 or 7.
I'm
Yeah.
out of here. I'm out of here.
Well, she was a good-looking woman.
Well, she was good. She was doing a lot of movies too. She said, "Fuck it."
I mean, the only one I think I even Point No Returns, the only one that I'll watch that she's in. That when it comes on, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch this one because I
don't remember. I just like,
that was the one where she was an assassin. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I just don't remember. She just kind of just up and just said, "Fuck it."
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we've talked about that before. I think most shelf life of most actors is 10 years, unless you get your own production company and then put yourself in the movies that you buy. Because like you see that where Reese Witherspoon sold her production company, because that's the reason why she stayed kind of relevant, is because she was, started that production company, and then like she produced, Big Little Lies and all these things she'd been doing for the last decade. She just sold that production company for $900 million.
Wow. Now she can really say,
Jesus.
Yeah. So now
it really pays to produce.
That is fuck you money.
And
yeah,
now
exactly. She probably won't do shit from now on. It's like, well, I got my money. I'm good.
Now she can really say when her husband gets pulled over for drunk driving, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah.
$900 million.
Did that happen to her?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it happened down above Atlanta, maybe 6 years ago, 6 years ago. Yeah, like they were both just hammered, drinking and driving, and the cop pulled her over, and like she kind of tried to do the whole sweet talk, like, and then after she realized that the cop was not playing around, she's like, "Do you know who I am?" And like got all bitchy with him, and he's like, "No, ma'am, I do not." And then she's like, "Well, you're gonna find out," and then of course,
well, she didn't have the $900 million, but now fuck.
back then she didn't.
Yeah, now she's got the fuck you
What do you
money.
think we sell the rights to the Ramblecast? Think we get $900 million for it?
Maybe 2 bits.
Maybe Jay can.
Okay.
So
Well, we took it out of the box, so it's not worth as much. To Jay.
took it out of the lockbox there. So
Box.
okay, so on that note,
Actually, John, the UPS guy, made a comment there. It says Steve from Blue's Clues returned to explain his departure.
Yeah. Did you guys?
I did watch it, and I never.
He was in a Mexican prison.
This is weird. Me being down here,
I never watched Blue's Clues at all. That's well past my generation, and it's before my daughter's generation.
We just got a letter.
No idea, right? So I mean, I never watched it at all, but like,
do you have kids?
Yeah, and they're apparently
into Bluey.
They like Bluey,
that's the new
and then
Bluey.
my son watches Blippy, that little fucking prick.
I cannot stand Blippy. I'm gonna kick his ass.
But even not having not having been a viewer of Blue's Clues, I did watch his video that he came back, and I got the gist of like what the whole thing was about. That was actually really nice. Like it's like there's all these on TikTok. You see all these millennials posting themselves crying watching it. I didn't get that. I didn't get that emotional of it, but it's actually kind of cool how he came back and did that. Randy says it's no Caillou. That's for damn sure. That fucking little bald Canadian prick.
I think the only cartoon that has lasted multiple generations is probably Thomas the Train.
Yeah,
my grandson's into Thomas the Train.
Yeah,
and he's also in the movie Cars, because I've said that's the movie I've seen. Because I've watched a lot of movies over and over again. Cars is the movie I've seen the most.
Yeah.
Because Zach was really into it. But I'm excited because Alex, the youngest of the Gladfelder boys, loves Herbie the Love Bug.
Mm.
And I tried to get my two youngest grandkids into Herbie the Love Bug, and they're looking at me like, this is just stupid. But he likes Herbie the Love Bug. So I get to watch the original Herbie the Love Bug.
I remember being a kid also loving Herbie the Love Bug. I remember like going to like, the video rental store and just like finding all the ones with the Herbie the Love Bug on it and wanting to rent them.
No, not the
I was drawn to
it. The original.
Yeah.
Okay, with Dean Jones.
I used to rent. I used to go once a week and find a you go to the rental store, you see like the movie box on the outside. I'd like be searching for the ones with the little love bug on and try to rent.
Because I thought because my grandson loves cars, I said, "Oh, you'll love Herbie the Love Bug."
Yeah.
And they walked out. It was like me and Princess Bride. They just walked out like 20 minutes later, saying, "I don't get it."
I forget who said it as a comedian that's talking about Pixar. I was like, Pixar has only had one idea. They're so successful, but they've had one idea. It's like, what if cars have feelings? What if bugs have feelings? What if toys have feelings?
What if we could sell our company for $10 trillion? That's
yeah.
No, I agree. It is true.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Disney. An adult, a parent has to die in order for the movie to be successful, right?
You should, Randy makes a good point. You should let the kids watch Princess Bride.
Okay, hold on a second, Randy. Do you remember the story? They were there when I was watching The Princess Bride. They weren't into it. Sorry, Randy. So
they're kind of young.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, it's more of I think
they couldn't get that great humor.
The 7 to 10-year-old audience.
That humor that was so funny.
Inconceivable.
Well, if you really like The Princess Bride, then you're gonna love this humor.
Herbie the Love Bug.
Randy writes in, which is weird because it's like he's in the chat. But he writes in, so I appreciate the email, Randy.
He's got like 35.
I gotta jump in for a second.
What?
We consistently rip on the one fucking person who sends us an email. We're not gonna have any fucking emails.
Plus, he doesn't get a drawing.
He can have as many.
Randy, you can write us all the shit jokes you want. Go for it.
We'll probably laugh at them more than we do Jack's.
I wish Chris would read them. I think Chris reading Randy's jokes would be the real cherry on the top, because then I wouldn't fuck him up, right? Like it would be somebody else.
That's kind of part of the allure, is that you inevitably fuck it up, and it just turns into a cavalcade of.
Well, John, the UPS guy, says Michael Constantine died. Why do I know that name?
I don't know, but thanks.
We talking about the guy? Yeah, the guy from
that movie.
Sure.
No,
the TV show.
The TV show Constantine. His name was Michael Constantine. He starred in Constantine. I'm gonna feel like a real dick.
Is that what we're talking about? I thought we were talking about the guy that was in Boardwalk Empire and
email.
That's Michael Williams.
Oh,
Michael Williams. That's what I'm thinking.
222. Okay, I remember, you guys. John, you and I, and probably Randy, the only ones that remember Room 222. Dude, with Karen Valentine. Who remembers Karen Valentine?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of.
You don't know Karen Valentine? You people.
Dude,
what do you mean by
you realize when you reference these old movies, it's like you're like trying to sell fucking war bonds or something. We have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
You need to use an old. You don't know who.
Room 222 was like ahead of its time.
22 is Valentine.
It was like a melting pot of America. America, Chuck. America.
This guy, I have no idea who this person is. I'm looking at photos of him.
I know exactly who he is now. He was in. He was also in Mary Tyler Moore Show for an episode.
Is this related at all to 227? Nothing.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I'm very confused. Anyway,
see, there's
Karen
Randy.
Valentine.
Karen Valentine she was a hottie.
Randy writes in.
Like one time.
Let's just get this show back on track.
Will you be my Valentine?
Randy writes in, says maternal nomenclature. Hey guys, what do you call a tiny mother? A minimum. Aren't you glad I emailed you? Randito.
It's pretty good.
You got Chris with that one.
Randy, it's the best one yet, bud.
It's fantastic.
And Matt,
So good.
And Matt, I thought the delivery was good on that one.
Yeah, you did a nice job.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's a good time to end out the show.
Even though you don't know who Karen Valentine is, come on, man.
How could you forget her?
I don't really want to talk about Karen Valentine. We can talk about other shit. I don't mind talking about.
What do you have against Karen Valentine?
I just don't really know who she is or why. I mean, it's not.
It's like when Ellis Burke, not Ellis Burke. I'm sure Chris remembers that name, right, Chris?
Ellis Burks? Oh, yes.
Yeah, he was on my fantasy team forever. But no,
Product of my childhood. I mean, he's part of the 1986 to 1989 squad.
He's a stud.
This is the most exciting.
Ellis Valentine was
whole
traded to the
fucking
Mets, and the Mets had Ron Darling, and he went up to Ron Darling and said, "Hello, Darling, I'm your Valentine." Anyway, it's a baseball thing. I'll never forget.
Sherry writes in and explains this at least in a way that I can understand. Michael Constantine is the guy that was the lead in My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
So
I believe I know who you're talking about.
I'm against the title of that episode.
Yeah,
I don't.
He was in Sex and the City too.
never watched it.
I don't. Yeah, it's not politically correct saying My Big Fat Greek Wedding. It's just, come on, that's rude.
Yeah. I didn't. I think I watched a little bit of that
big
movie.
fat
and
movie I never saw.
I didn't find it funny. You know, I was like, eh. He's like, that's such a big deal. My big fat Greek wedding.
My big crack and My Big Fat Wedding. I watched like a few minutes of it and said, okay, this is stupid.
Yeah. There's a lot of movies that I just sometimes I don't get them. I don't get the hype, you know. It's kind of like, you know, like when Bridesmaids came out, which had some funny parts to it, but it was such a big deal. Like, oh my God, it's the funniest movie ever. I was like, really?
It's not the funniest ever, but it's got some funny parts.
It's got some funny parts. I mean, I wouldn't.
I know you hate women, but it's
no, I don't. But I just remember like the hype to me was bigger than the truth of the movie. You know.
Yeah, well, it's like when people are trying to tell me to watch Princess Bride. I get it.
That one is a classic.
I get it. I don't know if she's related to Bobby Valentine. I'm sorry. Who's a great manager for the Red Sox.
I mean, you're talking about.
Fuck Bobby Valentine. I'm sorry. Bobby Valentine is the fucking reason I took a hiatus from watching baseball for like 5 years.
I never understood how that guy kept getting jobs as a manager.
Like, honest to God, what a fucking dipshit. And he ruined baseball for me after coming off of such a high of, the early 2000s. It was so depressing. It was so fucking depressing. I
don't know how he kept getting jobs.
I don't know.
The guy was terrible.
Woo! What a stinker. Let's just air this place out.
It's the female lead's fiance.
He broke up at the perfect moment. I think he was speaking Italian.
Oh, well, no, I'm reading Sherry's comment about he was in Serendipity, which is actually something I have seen. And I'm like
Serendipity?
That young guy? I thought it was an old guy that died, not the young guy.
Isn't Serendipity the Michael Keaton movie?
No. That's the
yeah, she's thinking of John Corbett. No,
John Cusack. I thought John Cusack was in Serendipity.
Was he?
Is that the?
Oh yeah, you're right. John Cusack. Yeah.
So I don't know who Sherry's talking about then.
I don't know.
Anyway, I know who the guy is now. I get it. He's got to be like in his 80s. He was. He's got to be like in his 80s, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't know who he is.
I can't believe you guys don't know.
I can't believe we're still talking about this.
I can't believe we're still talking about this.
I'm really this whole Jack.
The guy lived to give you guys entertainment.
No, and you're on the bottom,
and you're just shitting on him. Lived. He worked for free and just wanted to give you entertainment, and you just said, "Fuck it, I don't care."
No, that's not the point.
It is the point. You're just shitting on this guy's life. This guy lived to entertain the world, and Matt's just like, fuck it, I don't know who he is. Fuck him, he could die. I don't care.
No, I just
And Karen Valentine, he can die too. I don't care. Fuck her.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it is Matt. We're no longer. I'm not high fiving you anymore. He was 94, Matt.
Okay.
94.
Thanks.
I think I know why Jack got banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
Great, you're in that. Worked long enough for that joke. That was good.
That was good. The delivery was primo.
That was perfect.
Spot on. Yeah. We should record a podcast without Jack. Talk about Star Wars.
Yeah, nobody listens to it anyway, so go ahead.
We're not recording anything right now, but hey.
Hey, let's be careful out there.
No, I'm really excited about Star Wars Visions. So
No,
I'm hoping
come on, Randy, you're making this up.
Yeah, you got two more weeks, right?
2 more weeks, yeah.
2 more weeks or what?
Until
Star Wars
Visions comes
Oh,
out.
there's more?
There's always more
shows.
stuff.
Oh
Now
my
that Disney
God.
now that the mouse owns everything,
I
mean,
crank out.
So Unru's is just going to keep going?
Have you guys watched any of the What Ifs recently?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, they're pretty good. I'm almost done with the one that came out today, the zombies one.
I am not. So
I've not seen any of them, but I hear it could be fun. I don't know.
Well, they're cartoons, and they're just showing, what if this happened instead of this happened, and so
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
I've seen the first one. That's it.
Ed really wants me to read
right.
Ed, a patron of the show, and thank you.
And he's wearing a Padres jersey, right?
He's representing. So
The Lollipop Guild.
said episode that included Taco Ball. I think Bell. Where I live, a lady drove into
Taco Ball
sighted
tastes
building
better than Taco
where
Bell.
restrooms are. Taco Bell manager said that was the second worst accident we had in the restroom today. That's pretty good.
Okay, that's funny. That's funny.
That's good shit.
Now you weren't gonna read that because you don't like Michael.
No, I put it up earlier. You were on some tirade about somebody I don't give a shit about.
Again.
Damn.
Dude, he has
Fucking
family.
cold-blooded tonight.
He
I
has
love it.
family, Matt.
I'm
Well, okay.
ornery.
What if one of their family members is a fan that listens to the RCAD?
Huh?
Now this is you're shitting on this guy's life, and what if someone that his family member, what if his granddaughter listens to this show?
They should send us an email.
I don't know. I don't.
It's like when I said Harry the Hendersons, worst
Okay.
movie ever.
All right.
And then
Okay.
the-
So
The
my
granddaughter who wrote it was upset.
No
Okay.
one thinks Harry and the Hendersons is the worst movie ever.
all right. To put it in context, not to make Jack feel small, but my step uncle found out he died this morning. So, not trying to make you feel like shit, dude, but I don't empathize as much with when celebrities die. When celebrities die, that's one thing. When somebody close to you or somebody you know dies, that's a whole other thing.
Well, you
So-
should have said that in the beginning. I apologize, but still, you're being a shitty person.
Now, to be fair, I only spent a handful of times around.
We are just the biggest fucking assholes to each other. It's ridiculous. like this week's more so than ever. Like it's all unjustified too. I just got fucking grabbed by the back of the collar and thrown under the bus and dragged for 40 fucking miles.
Look, you didn't know that,
Brutal.
and it's something that happened this morning, and my whole day has gone on, and I haven't thought about it until we start talking about this. And look, I'm just telling you,
You're blaming me that Michael.
No,
Constantine
I
died
just
and it
I
ruined
just
your day?
don't I just don't empathize as much when a celebrity dies. It's when someone close to you or somebody that you know.
He's a human.
Yes,
I mean,
like-
and he didn't.
Sure,
he
okay,
didn't cause any problems in life. He
I
wasn't
just
like-
don't understand why we're talking about him. I have more memories with my Uncle Rick, who I met probably like a handful, like 5 times in my life, than I do with this guy. First time I ever went above the speed limit of 100 miles per hour. I remember we were in his El Camino, 120 miles an hour down some back
Oh, you
roads in Georgia.
weren't driving.
No, I wasn't driving. He was, but that's the first
back when
memory
the
I have.
Georgia, did you have like?
That's
moonshine?
the first memory I have of,
Him
you know what I mean?
endangering your
Like
life.
I think everybody has a memory of like the first time they went really fast in a car and where you were, because you're kind of freaked out because somebody else is driving and you're like, holy shit, and you're looking at the speedometer. So, and he had a very large beer can collection.
Glad you went there.
He was your favorite uncle.
So
That could have went really dark.
I'm going there. I don't care.
Again, I repeat, we're the fucking worst people ever. Like we're just
I like
shitheads
that
right
he
now.
had a really big.
God damn it.
Where you chose to pause And that sentence is where
I'm just trying to have
Like,
a
no, don't
conversation.
get me wrong. Matt is equally shitty because he's like teeing these things up for us. That you left that one open for business.
I just did nothing of the sort.
When I was in his car and he was going really fast.
No. My dad was there as well, and
Okay,
it's
we don't need to know anymore.
no, it's nothing weird.
Fuck.
So, this was a good show. Oh, also,
Oh, we're done already?
no, well, we can continue to
Well,
talk.
that's
I don't
what
mind
he
because
said.
I gotta be honest with you. Before this, I'm truth be told, because I feel that everybody goes through different things at different times, and I have just been very anxious myself. Like I have a very high anxiety level for whatever reason.
Ever seen the movie High Anxiety?
Hey,
Mel Brooks.
what brought this upon? Like,
I think it just has a lot to do with work,
Killing dolphins.
the lease with the building, and just the trajectory of the business and trying to solve some things, and then it just, I don't know, it's got me on edge, and it's a lot right now. And so, and I was already kind of a little like just like not settled in my skin. So, and
Well,
it's
I apologize
never-
for being a part of the negative part of it.
it's okay, Jack. I know what I come here for. So. and for anybody that doesn't know, I feel like this is, it's always Jack's way of saying, you know, we're friends. So, and I like you, and I know that that's your love language. So,
And I secretly think that Matt just likes to be beat up a little bit.
maybe it's a little cathartic on some level. But I don't know. I just have not. It's been a strange week for me. So for sure.
I even shit on strangers though. It's feel like I went to the doctor today to
Hey, asshole! Get the fuck out of my way!
Well,
No, like,
the
wait,
big dick
not-
coming through.
You beat up strangers.
I don't physically hit strangers like
That's
some people.
Nick at a CVS, I imagine.
But yeah, but like, you know, like I went to my 4-month checkup like I do for my diabetes, and they did the whole temperature thing on my forehead, and he wrote down my temperature as 92.7 when he meant 97.2. And I looked at it and I went, so I'm fucking dead, huh? You know, he just looks at me like, what? Oh, like,
You got a bad check mark now.
yeah, I was like,
You're difficult.
I'm just
You
that
remind me
guy.
of a T-shirt ad I saw today. It was fantastic. It was the bodies of all the Beatles, but it had Will from Brimley's head on all of them.
Yes,
It was the Beatuses.
The Beatuses. I've seen that one. That one is good. I love that one.
I almost shelled out the overpriced, price tag you buy when you buy a T-shirt online. It was like $35. I was like, ooh, I might do it.
I wonder how much marketing is done because we associate with one another on this. It's like,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we could be like a test audience.
we're the target demographic for that.
Yeah, we definitely are, because I'll buy anything online. I went through a whole string of
You're a compulsive shopper.
buying shit all the time off of Instagram, and I've got a pretty good track record, with the exception of one when I saw this camping chair. There was like a foldable camping chair that did it was like a swing as well, almost like a hammock chair. And I was super pumped about it, and I ordered it off of Instagram, and it took like 12 weeks to get here from like God knows where in Asia, and it was a footrest. it was this fucking tall. It was like 3 metal posts tied together, so it created like a canopy. It wasn't even a footrest. It was literally a foot rest. Like you couldn't put 2 feet on it.
What does your wife say when you buy all this stuff?
It's like Spinal Tap.
Are you like my wife when she says, I ordered this like 6 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very transparent with her about it, because I have actually had a pretty solid track record of seeing stuff online that I want and buying it, and it worked out. This just wasn't one of those cases. I fought it with PayPal to get my money back. And
my wife will go, Amazon dropped something off? UPS dropped something off? Like she's shocked that somebody dropped a package off every day. I'm like going, because she works at Kohl's, and she goes, oh, I bought this with Kohl's cash.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, I
Kohl's
got
Cash.
this with Kohl's Cash. I go,
Bullshit,
what are
Jack.
they handing out Kohl's Cash? I know.
Oh,
I go,
my wife gets stuff on Kohl's Cash. So
no, every day.
not every day.
I had to get the
Not
grant
every-
because I bought it with Kohl's Cash. I go,
Yeah.
okay, it's whatever. Oh, John, you best guy.
You should next time you buy something, you'd be like, I got this with my camel bucks. Traded them all in, babe. I've been saving them.
You won't get it.
She won't get it.
No, maybe a waste of
Yeah,
time.
man. Do you know what the interest rate is on Camel Cash?
Camel Cash to Disney
Joe
bucks,
Camel.
though, man.
Speaking of like Chris, I think we're the only one too in the crypto world. It's basically back to where it was in May. Now it's shot back up.
It shot back up. It took a fucking nasty turn last night, but
It did. I did not understand why.
I didn't know either. I was like, Jesus Christ, where'd that all go? But yeah, it's getting back to almost to its January levels actually, when Ethereum was at 4,300, and it's not quite there, but it's climbing. It's good to see.
Oh, John points out that Willard Scott passed. You
Oh.
okay? You want to shit on that too, Matt? The original Ronald McDonald. Matt. Matt.
I think you might have done it this time, Jack.
All right. So Nick, are you gonna take over as host?
No.
Fuck. I don't want to do it.
Well, we should probably just enter it there. I don't think Matt's going to come back anytime soon. No one's going to be able to hit the stop button. So
Like
if everyone just wants to-
he did like the whole like fuck you, like threw his headset off and threw it across his basement.
I was just asking a question. I don't understand.
He
why
was
got
super
so-
serial, and
Yeah.
you know, you hurt his feelings.
He had good logo though. I like that Ferris wheel type.
I
thing.
like it. That's pretty cool.
Pretty nice. Yeah. He does good work.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the
Sorry.
downside of this is that the show can't end. It's like comes back. So Matt, come back, Matt.
Matt, he probably had to pee. Is he drinking bee's knees today?
I actually have to go to the restroom, so I'm
So do
eagerly waiting for him to come back to hit stop.
He's doing it on purpose. I thought because when Colleen told us that Willard Scott had passed at my grandson's, both Jay and I thought he was dead already.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
one of those guys you go, oh, I thought he was dead already. And I thought he was
Man,
older.
he had a good run.
I thought he was older too.
The wacky weatherman.
I've not asked Matt about drawing a logo for me. No, I've not, because he seems upset right now, so it'd be a bad time to ask him.
If I was Matt totally right now, I would not even come back into camera view. I would just hit stop and like off camera.
You know he's gonna do that too.
Yeah,
But we have to thank our patrons.
yeah,
That's true.
And he's been working hard on it. So
He did work hard on this.
Nah.
anyway,
he
yeah, probably.
totally went to the restroom.
So should the title episode
Those guys.
my uncle had a
Split
big
it out for 5 minutes.
and just leave it there? Right?
No.
No.
I don't even think you should suggest that, Jack. I think you should leave that one be.
You think that would be crossing the line?
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Matt,
Oh,
Matt,
Matt, welcome back.
Matt.
You can't even hear us.
No.
I remember because he threw his headphones.
The show wasn't
Hey,
the same
Matt.
without you, Matt.
Hey, what's up?
It wasn't the same without you.
It wasn't? Was there
No.
was there a really long pause? Was there a dead zone? You guys just
Nick was crying. Nick was like
Aw.
so upset. He goes, "Does this mean on Bruce is gone?"
uh-huh.
Nick's like, fuck it, I'm going to take a piss.
Ed Smith mentions Super Bowl predictions. You guys got any Super Bowl predictions?
No.
Let's see. And I say it's Buffalo versus. Yeah, I guess you got to go Tampa Bay. Buffalo versus Tampa
Yeah.
Bay.
It's not bad.
Buffalo, Tampa Bay.
I'm excited for football to be back though. Sunday. I actually have Sunday
Me too.
off. Get to enjoy the game.
They're playing the Raiders, right?
Yeah. Oh, is it the Raiders this week?
I think it's the Raiders.
So Ed, Jack wants to do a type of sports talk.
But no,
But-
yeah,
Yeah. Basically a pick'ems, you know.
yeah. I just don't have time.
I know.
No, we're playing the Dolphins.
Oh, Dolphins.
Yeah.
That's a tough game because you don't know about the Dolphins. You don't know about Tua.
You don't know about Mac Jones. He isn't
Tua. You don't know.
Our quarterback has not started in a professional football game yet.
But you have great receivers, and you have is Hunter Henry back, or is he still hurt?
Hurt, I think. He might be ready for the game.
It's his only problem is he's great talent, but he's always hurt. I think he played 1 year for the San Diego Chargers. I could be wrong. But...
Okay, Ed's hot take right here. Thursday night, Tampa Bay, Dallas. Who you taking?
Tampa Bay. Because according to Ezekiel Elliott, offensive lineman for the Dallas, who's their best offensive player. Way to say, hey, Dak Prescott, fuck you. Our best offensive player is our offensive lineman. He tested positive for COVID.
Oh.
Yeah. Still testing positive for COVID, but what are you gonna do? I think that's going to be a problem with the NFL this season. I think you're going to have a lot of players not playing because it was
that like that last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's going to be worse. I think this season.
I
got to stop reading and watching stuff about COVID because it just.
Yeah, don't start reading up about that mu variant, man, because that shit's.
It's freaking me out. Me out.
Well,
I don't want to give it to my grandkids.
Right, or them to you.
So I gave it to Michael Constantine, and look what happened to him.
Ed asks, Chris, would you feel better with Cam? The answer is definitely no.
Cam is done.
Yeah, he's been done for a while. I can say that pretty much everybody in New England was absolutely shocked, but also relieved at the same time when the decision came to release Cam. But
I think we talked about it. The problem with Cam Newton was he played like a running back. And he was a running back
that got racked.
He was a running back that didn't avoid the tackle.
Yeah.
He took on it, and you can't do that.
Yeah.
Eating just takes.
Well, that's the difference between. Okay, no, I can talk. That's the difference between a college quarterback that's really good and an NFL quarterback. It's like, we talk about Tom Brady. Tom Brady was a good all-around quarterback, whereas you look at Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was not a great college quarterback. He's not built that way, but he's a great.
You're choked enough.
Yeah, but he's great enough though in the NFL to sit in the pocket and actually connect. With good receivers. That's the difference between the game. But if you're out there trying to be a running back style quarterback, you're going to get injured. You're going to not last more than probably 5 years in the game. So you better get your money quick and then get out.
Lamar Jackson of the Ravens. Mm-hmm. Did they sign him to a long-term contract? Do you sign him to a long-term contract when he's a running quarterback?
Well, you look at Eddie George, you look at Vince Young, you look at a lot of these guys that were great.
I tried, but they look away.
Well, that's not their fault, Matt.
What's Eddie George was a running back?
After your uncle with that big stick shift.
Wow, that's
Uncle Rick.
That's kind of cool.
Ed Asner died. I just wanted to mention this. And on Disney Plus right now, it's worth it. They're short. It's called Doug Days. And Ed Asner's voice is because it's from Up. It's a continuation of that. And you're right. It's Pixar, and they give a dog feelings, but it's cute. And I highly recommend it. It's called Doug Days. There's only 5 of them. They're about 10 minutes each max. So
you go back and watch Ed Asner on Mary Tyler Moore's Lou Grant. He's very sexist.
Oh, they all were.
Well, I'm just saying that because he didn't, he was.
Oh yeah, like Sam Malone wasn't.
Sam Malone was very sexist. Well, he's Boston. Played for the Red Sox. I think you have to be, right? Am I right?
Nope.
No.
Are you telling me Michael Scott wasn't sexist?
Did Sam Malone play for the Red Sox?
You just asked if you're from Boston, you're sexist, right? Am I right?
I said if Sam Malone was.
Oh, absolutely was. But you said because he's from Boston.
Because he's from Boston.
Well, I think one thing we can confirm: if you're from Boston, you're ageist because they'll knock your ass out in a game
with glasses.
With glasses,
yeah. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this old guy with glasses.
I can't believe this false story has had lived as long as it has had.
Was there a guy that got beat up that with the Boston guy was wearing glasses and he got his ass kicked, right? An old guy.
Not by me.
Who said? Well, you see, you're being defensive. No one said.
And he also didn't get his ass kicked.
Well, because he was too old to fight back.
No, he fucking assaulted my buddy. That's the best part about this whole story is that the assaulting was being done by the old man. The old man broke my buddy's glasses.
Oh, with his cane?
No, with his fist.
With his rascal? Did he have a rascal card?
Why are you having the camera on me?
Because he's getting all the he's getting all the Matt, you're on mute.
How does
See the
it
sweat
feel?
right down Chris's face.
Like one thing that they have on you. But me,
He doesn't
there's like
actually have
50
anything.
fucking things that they just bring up. Oh, what about your sheep fucking sister? You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
and I'm
they-
just,
No, your sister never fucked the sheep.
No.
That was between you. That was your dream three-way. It was with the sheep and your sister.
Oh no, let's get back to Chris and his. Oh, Chris, boo! Oh no! He's like, these are not equal, and I'm the one that like posts
High
this.
five, Nick.
motherfucking
High
shit.
five, Nick. Yo, Nick's frozen. Fuck off.
Well, you guys have really cheered me up tonight.
Oh my god, that was I the one who found that funny?
Probably.
His dream three-way. That's got to be the title of the episode.
The dream
No,
three-way
we
might
had other-
might be the episode.
No,
That's gotta
we
be
had
that-
other ones.
No bullshit, man. That's the title of the episode.
Dream three-way is absolutely my vote for episode.
I
title.
really
I'm
hope
sorry.
my kids never.
Uh-oh.
find this
There goes my
podcast.
chair. My wife's gonna think I fell down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, we lost Jack. So unfortunate. So I don't know how he's ever going to find his way back onto the show.
We should probably thank some folks, Matt.
Oh, really? You think it's time now, Mister? Oh, here.
Hey, man,
come to say
I have not shit on you once today that I can remember.
You have been pretty boring.
To be fair, you have taken a lot of drugs lately, and your memory's probably not good.
It's true.
The dream three.
But
you
I
showed up.
haven't.
You showed up for the first hour.
Wait, that's got to be the new RCAD shirt. The dream three-way. I think
No.
it's
But
gotta
there's,
be-
but
it's
there's
gotta
four
be-
of us.
But it doesn't matter. The dream three-way.
No, it's a picture of Chris beating the shit out of an old man. That's what it is. Okay.
You fucked up, Matt. You brought it. You had it. We're on Chris.
Okay.
And you said no.
It's-
I
okay,
I can't stand someone else.
I know how
other
Nick
than
likes
me.
his shirts designed. So
Mhm.
on the front
True.
breast pocket, it should be a silhouette of Chris kicking the shit out of an old man.
And let's put Wilford Brimley as the guy. kicking the
And
shit
then,
out.
and then on the back, then you guys can put all of the nasty shit about me that you want.
I don't think that can fill up a
I
t-shirt.
was going to say you need an extra large. only really big people are going to be able to buy that shirt, man. Just saying.
I don't know if Chris would beat up George Burns. I think I'd take George Burns in that fight.
I mean,
He did
me
play-
too.
He is the
play
devil.
God. He
Yeah.
did play
Yeah.
God. He played God, didn't he?
I think
My
the
money's on
devil.
George.
Ah,
Well,
Gracie. That's my George Burns impression.
Ed writes in and says,
I appreciate the clarification.
Yeah, Gracie. Yeah.
Ed writes in here and says, "Dream three-way. Don't knock it. It's not so bad." Yes, Randy. Everybody's wearing jeans too. So the whole thing on the back is jeans, just tailored with
And the
little
only music,
Satans.
the only music background for the entire film is Neil Diamond.
Forever in blue jeans. Three-way talks. Do, 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 do. I dream and it won't bop. Ba-da-da-do. Oh, yeah, that's all I got. You're not going to leave again, are you, Matt? Because we need this show to end eventually.
Well,
I did kind of
This
want to ask
anxiety
you about
keeps up, I'm
Chris's potential job interviews. How are those going? Anything? No comment? No comment?
No,
Okay.
no comment.
Cool. All right, never mind. I was noticing your background going like, oh, it still has not changed. So I was like,
It has not changed.
okay. Okay then.
This got awkward.
That's bad segue.
So anyway, speaking of match three-way.
All right. So send in, hopefully you can send in some emails more than just Randy to rcadcast@gmail. No, I appreciate Randy sending in the emails to rcadcast@gmail.com. But it's always fun to read more. So feel free to send us some feedback. Thanks for everybody that joined us live. We always appreciate the extra.
Especially John, who's on his anniversary.
I know. Amazing. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy.
Shut that!
Anniversary.
Nice job.
Anniversary.
Also, way better than the
Now it's
song that we
George
started
Stern.
off the show with.
Hey,
At this
Hey.
point, we'd like to let you know, go over to jandjack.com and click on the patron link. Help us out. What did I do?
Just reading the comments, I think.
I'm just laughing at the comments.
Help us out in any way that you can. And for those patrons that make this show possible, we'd like to thank them. There is a theme to them tonight. I hope that it comes through, especially because Ed's in the chat live. So
Pressure is on.
pressure is on. Well, and his is just, well, you'll get to it. All right. Are you ready?
Is that wax paper?
It is wax paper.
It's some kind of, tracing paper that I had. Yeah.
So you're not a real artist. You're a tracer.
Motherfucker. I swear to God. Like, I'm just trying to end this show and you just keep
He's
shitting
a
on me.
tracer.
Everybody traces it. You trace your own work at some time.
I'm
And this is not
I-
even traced. This
I-
is just
don't-
fresh
don't
fresh
defend
off the press.
Don't defend it, Picasso.
Motherfucker. Seriously. I'd like to just thank some patrons. And at this point, Chris will do the one thing that he can do.
The one
Help this show.
besides beating up an old guy.
Can you read that?
He's muted and he's shaking no.
Tachyon particles.
It's tachyon particles.
Oh, okay.
Tachyon. It's a scientific term.
I am not going to take a week off of giving you shit for a long time now.
Is that a COVID thing or is that snowflakes? What
No,
is it?
they're supposed to be tachyon particles.
Oh, okay, I thought it was COVID.
Okay.
I'll keep reading. It's the Ooh, that's actually kind of good.
That one's
Yeah.
actually good.
That's-
Richter
I-
scale.
That is nice.
Education.
You gotta go up.
Keep going.
Yeah.
There you go.
Magnetic mag. Oh, I get it. Education. Magnetic Maggie. Joe answer.
Yeah, they're all related.
Nothing about Michael Constantine?
It's all related. Can you see the connections? Okay. Well, thanks specifically Ed, who joined us live in the show.
Nick was frozen perfectly.
Thanks for everybody that joined the
I think we
show.
were all frozen. It was like,
I hope to see you guys back here next week for another great edition of the
I'm
show.
not going to defend you anymore, Matt.
wow.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
When did you ever?
Right.
I was very kind to him in calling him out on the unnecessary shit that he was getting dragged through.
Calling it out does not necessarily express kindness.
But I wasn't mean to him.
You weren't mean.
I appreciate all of your good wishes, and especially
Who
Jack.
wished you well?
This was a great